Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to our colony here in Oxygen Not Included. We are back with the Game of Dupes colony, which we haven't actually played in a couple of weeks, so I apologize for that, but we're back to continue on our antics with our colony that's entirely named after characters from the Game of Thrones. We're on cycle 55 when we left off last time, and I'm not entirely sure exactly where the state of the colony is. And we're sort of treading water on food and that sort of thing. We did get an oxygen production system set up last time. So we have that in place. We can do some more expanding today as we continue to bring in more duplicants and continue to name them after characters from the Game of Thrones. Oddly enough, this is one of the only colonies I've had in a while that we haven't had a duplicant death, and we're already like 55 cycles in. And I thought this would be the one where all the duplicates would just be dying like crazy, because, you know, it's the Game of Thrones. Nevertheless, we'll keep going on, find out who the first duplicant is that's going to be off. But welcome everyone who's here in the chat so far, or if you're watching on the channel afterwards. It does feel a little bit like it's been a really long time, doesn't it? I think it's actually been a couple of weeks, which might explain why it feels like it's been so long. But I apologize for the long delay in the game. Hopefully we can make some good progress today. And maybe we'll even manage to get out of it with most of the duplicants still alive. I mean, that would be a novelty also. But like I said, this particular colony is sort of defying the laws of dupedom, and that we're not having any deaths yet. Cryptic, how was your day today? Pretty good, Collie Poo. Thanks very much. So happy, dude. Your nephew's born. Congratulations, Luigi Pro Gaming. Congrats on the new nephew. This is Game of Thrones ended. Is today the last day of the colony? No, we'll go until the colony kind of burns out a little bit. The update for Oxygen Not Included 1.0 was supposed to be this week. Unfortunately, they had to push it back into July. So we're not going to see that new content anytime in the near future, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We brought Varys in, but we didn't give Varys a job. It's too bad there's no, like, spying job in here. Master of Whisperers or something. I mean, I guess we could do research. That kind of is like it. But we don't really need the researchers right now. So let's just get him doing something completely inappropriate for what he would normally be doing. We'll get him working on supplying. Get him to carry around a few things. Out here, I meant to deconstruct this thing, because we actually moved over our buddy bud so the allergens wouldn't float into the bathroom. Because we had a duplicant that has allergies, and every time they went to the bathroom, they would start crying. You know, it was just really, really awkward for the rest of the duplicants, and we couldn't have that anymore, so we got rid of it. We have 21 duplicants. How many beds do we have? We got like 15. There's a lot of duplicates sleeping. Oh, no, we have more up here. All right, so we're good. We have space for 2 more duplicants. We've started reproduction of our shine bugs, so they should be shining like crazy in no time flat. You sure me you're going to graduate soon? I feel like the AI is going downhill. Nope. I think the AI is pretty much running the same way it has pretty much forever. I mean, bear in mind, like, a lot of what the duplicants do is only what we specifically tell them to do also, which does, you know, create some problems. So what's going on here? Insufficient water. Oh, right, because this thing ran out and I didn't replace this with proper bathroom facilities yet. I vaguely recall planning to do that. It's been a few weeks. We got to play catch up and figure out where we are with this colony. I vaguely recall wanting to replace the bathroom. But I hadn't done it just yet, and I don't remember why. How's our oxygen, actually, while I'm thinking of looking at the overlays? All right, oxygen's not bad. Our oxygen room is running, so that will kind of produce air for us there. I probably should get these taken care of sooner rather than later. I think I'll swap them out one sink at a time. Well, actually, these 2 sinks don't have anything in them, so we might as well just nuke these things. But where am I going to put my stuff to filter all this out? I think we'll stick it down below here, maybe. So we're going to throw some tile in here. And I'm gonna run a little excess pipe to get this done, but we'll set our filtration system down here. You have 1 year in high school. Nice. Do the stream 24 hours straight, please. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? I'd have a very hard time talking for 24 hours straight. Never mind staying awake. I haven't watched one of my vids in a very long time. Well, welcome back, Adair. Forgot the name of the game for a while. It's been good. Not bad. A little bit light on the content lately, so it's not necessarily that surprising you haven't been by. I don't remember where we were on research, but it looks like we had transit tubes in progress. Even though it said I didn't have anything selected there. So, oh, no, you know what? It's actually waiting for water, which we don't have because I did this. We drained out this side over here. We have our nice big storage reservoir over here, but we should have some piping I can actually tap into a little bit. Yeah, technically I could tap into the piping here. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to run a pipe into here. I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to have the duplicants build just a little reservoir right here. Okay, apparently they can't build while this thing's in place, so they're going to have to deconstruct this. Once they rip this up, I'll build a little reservoir right in here, and then we'll replace the pitcher pump, and they'll have a good source of water that isn't going to take up a large area. No mods tonight. Yeah, well, Shasta's here, so we have one mod. Lord Kingsman, do you remember me? I confess I'm the worst person with names, so unfortunately, no. Unless you're somebody who's here kind of all the time, and I'm regularly interacting with you, I tend not to remember very well. Did you play Lumen's Remastered on PS4? No, I'm sorry, I don't have a PS4. First stream caught. Hi from New Zealand. Hey, in New Zealand. How are you? Should be studying the MCAT you have in 5 days, but CrypticFox greater than MCATs. I don't know about that. that whole career thing is probably something you should think about pursuing. A little tough to make a career out of watching my streams. Okay, so once we have that water, we can continue the research. They can refill this. We can start to build a proper set of sinks up here. We're going to use these fancy things. Right down in here, for our refinement, we're going to do a water sieve. And actually, this will be really convenient for our overflow, because the tank is right here, so we'll set that in there. We're going to use some insulated piping. Oops. I right-clicked and I think I canceled the build. I did. Alright, so this will be the input. This will be the output. Get that to go down here. We're going to use a pipe bridge like right here. Oops, I guess I gotta... It's not going to let me put a pipe bridge on. Right on the machine. Well, we can put it right there anyway. So this will be our little overflow valve. And then this one, alright, maybe this isn't going to work out quite as conveniently as I thought. I can run it up the inside wall here, that'll work. We'll ditch it right here. Some duplicant's going to have to get themselves a little nasty. Oh no, don't do that. Hold on, cancel this. Take care of it. No, cancel that too. We'll take care of that after. Build the wall first. We don't want to flood all that nastiness. Suffocation, starvation, food shortage. Well, it's keep saying food shortage because every duplicant consumes 1,000 kilocalories of food a day. With 21 duplicants, we need 21,000 kilocalories of food, but we're under that. The suffocation pop-ups, unfortunately, they get to be a little bit annoying because it's not always actually duplicant that's suffocating. They're only doing it for a moment. Like, they held their breath too long while they were working somewhere. Food shortage from lack of water, probably gonna fix. No, I don't think I was actually producing any food. We don't have a cook station, I don't think. Do we have a mush machine? I don't see a mush machine anywhere. It's not that. The lack of water is halting our research and the ability to sort of refill our sink to wash our hands. It's kind of its own problem, I guess. Just not the primary problem. Okay, this will go right here. He's not paying attention. Paying attention to what? It's not like I'm not reading the comments. How do you cool the air coming out of the electrolyzers? Well, right now, because I don't have Wheezeworts, I'm using the water reservoir as my cooling mechanism. So if we look at our ventilation system, I sent the water down into the, sent the oxygen that we're producing down into the water, and I'm using radiant piping in the water. The water temperature is like 25 degrees, so it's a little bit on the warm side. But it's still better than the temperature that's coming out of here. So when we look at the gas now, as it travels up through the pipe, it's at like 26 degrees, 27. So it's a little bit on the warm side, unfortunately, but better than it was. I've never been sassy a day in my life. No, I can't say I played the Joy of Creation. Career's important, but you've been studying for it every day for the past month. Need a break. Yeah, I know how that works. Fortunately, I don't have to study anymore. Hooray for me. I thought the duplicates could reach this from up top, but it's actually just a little bit too low. We're going to have to put a little ladder down here so they can get to it. Oh, and they buried our machine in here. The Snake really wanted to set them to wash their hands when they're going by. I really need them to hurry up and finish the wall so we can connect the pipe in there. This is the longest Game of Thrones episode has gone without a death. It really is. 57 cycles in, nobody's dead yet. Suffocation, the game the whole family can play. Relatively speaking. In here, we built a 2-story hospital area. Did I actually make that the right size? No, I didn't. Of course I didn't. What's our tile size in this room? 97 tiles. It needs to be 96. Really? For the sake of one tile? All right. Well, whatever. This will be a little weird, but we're just going to stick some airflow tiles above this. That'll seal that off. We'll have this into its proper hospital state, and then there should be some, like, other medical things we can put in. So then we have the sick bay. Duplicates receive treatment for intermediate sicknesses by a doctor at the sick bay. This one is for health restoration, healing, and physical injuries. And then we have the disease clinic. Getting treatment for severe diseases. Love them diseases. So we're going to put this over here, I guess. I wish you could flip these around. So, but I guess we were not going to do 2 of the disease chambers. I was going to do 2 of those, but I guess we'll do 2 of these for now. Do we need power? Well, one of them needs power, but not the other. So that's good. Oh, I actually need to get the apothecary thing plugged in too, so. Alright. So when our duplicates get sick, they'll have a way to be treated, which is very much not Game of Thrones-ish, but, you know. Hollow Knight's getting physical release this Friday. Gonna buy it all because of you. Look fun to watch you play. Awesome, Wonder Trico. Yeah, it's actually a really fun game. I'm not necessarily the best at it, but I do enjoy it. No seed available. What other plants can we put in here? We can put in Buddy Bud, but that, you know, that has its own problems with the whole allergy thing. So we're not going to do that. We'll put in a Mirth Leaf and bring on another duplicant. Okay, so I don't remember the last duplicant we brought into the colony. Hold on, maybe I should. Before we do that, let's take a look at our list of duplicates we have in here. So we have Robert Baratheon, Eddard Stark, Cersei Lannister, Arya Stark, Jon Snow, Jaime Lannister, Hodor, Bran Stark, Samwell Tarly, Daenerys Targaryen, Grandmaster Pycelle, Gendry, Tyrion Lannister, Tywin Lannister, Gregor Clegane, Sansa Stark, Tommen Baratheon, Joffrey Baratheon, Robin Arryn, Brienne of Tarth, and Varys. That's a lot of... It's amazing how many characters they have in that show. So who do we want to bring in for this duplicate? We have Ruby, who's unconstructive and has an irritable bowel. Early bird twinkle toes. Or a narcoleptic interior decorating caregiver. Kind of maybe a little bit weird. But I think I'm going to bring in... I think we're going to go with Hassan. I can deal with the narcolepsy a little bit better than being non-constructive. Although irritable bowel is not necessarily that bad. Kindness. No, the kindness just doesn't fit with, like, anybody. I don't know who to make it. You know, actually, this could be Peter Baelish, maybe. How do we spell Peter Baelish? Well, I should probably Google this. Peter Baelish. Oh, Petyr. You know what? Let's just go a little easy. We'll call him Littlefinger. There we go. Forget the real names. Bring on Littlefinger. You got quite a bit from Redbubble? Oh, in terms of like shirts and stuff? Found out the hard way, if you cure them of slime lung, you have to have a sick bay and medicine. Oh, yeah. They've really changed it around now. So it's, I have the apothecary station set up. We do have someone with the caregiver trait, or caregiver skill or whatever, so they can sort of nurse them back to health. We probably should mop up this mess down here. As much as we can, anyway. Do you have a Podrick? Nope, not yet. Littlefinger's a caregiver? Well, no, he's got +1 in the caring skill. I give him a +1 because he did sort of try to take care of people in his own really weird and twisted, narcissistic kind of way. I don't know. Few shirts and stickers. Yeah, Redbubble has some really good quality stuff. They mopped up the floor and they used that to deliver to the research station to do the research. That's interesting. Okay, so in plumbing, I'm going to need our pitcher pump again. We'll stick that right in here. Perfect. Wiring needs an upgrade. Yeah, we have a switch here, so this is off. So this is all segregated on its own. The load on this side of the line, max circuit is 1140. But that's with like everything going on it. And a couple of these things we don't have running right now. So like neither one of our oxygen diffusers are running. Because we're getting oxygen from down here now. Related to Littlefoot. I don't think we have a Theon Greyjoy yet. He took care of himself and his people. That's right. That's right. Well, I mean, he did, like, kind of take care of Sansa. I mean, it was because he had some ulterior motives or whatever, but there was a little bit of that. Just in a really creepy way. Sort of like in a, I'm going to marry my doctor kind of way. Medical building outside of a, what? Missing wash station. Oh, that's what I'm missing in here. We have the table, which apparently somebody is sitting at to eat a snack. Nothing like going to the hospital to get dinner. That's just wrong. Latrine. Oh, no, the wash station of the latrine. So the med bay is just maximum size 96 tiles. It still says 97 tiles. Oh, this was in. I'm so dumb. Me, I'm so dumb. This was inside of a door already, so I didn't actually accomplish anything by building that there. We gotta build like a little tile somewhere else. So we're just gonna throw a tile up here in the corner. That will block it off to 96 tiles, so it'll be inside of a med bay. But then that'll be fine. Medicine pack, doctor-administered cure for moderate ailments. Medicine vial for severe ailments. Allergy medication, curative tablets. Wow, how do we make this stuff? Phosphorite. Phosphorite and bomb lily flower for the medicine pack. All right. Vitamin chews. Those take coal because, you know, nothing's better for the old immune system than chomping down a pile of coal. Why does the vitamin chews effect? You know what? I might as well make some of these. Turn out like 20 of these things and see what happens. You know what? We should maybe at least make enough for everybody. 22 vitamin chews. Not that I want to use coal for that long term, but okay. How's our water situation here? This loop is almost done, but I don't think they can't reach the stuff that's over here, so we're gonna have to throw just a little ladder in here. That'll let them get to that. We can block off the tiles at the bottom now. And then we're going to need an input water flow also. This is going to be a little awkward, actually. All right, we'll go like this. Input, output. Perfect. Get that all filled up so we can get it running. Think the Clay will stop updating the game even after its official release? No, I don't think so. At least not based on the way that they've treated their other games. I mean, when you look at games like Don't Starve, that's been going for years, and they're still adding content for that and updates and things. They did a whole remastered version of Mark of the Ninja, which is another game of theirs. So I don't imagine so. They seem to really love the games, and so you know they've done such a great job on them so far. I don't think they're going to want to sink it. With all the mistakes you did, it's not mistakes. I guess not. Yeah, I mean, sure, the activated carbon thing, but normally that's only if you've, like, swallowed some kind of, like, toxin or something. You don't normally just sort of pop charcoal for fun. Acoustics, catalytics. Not worried about that. Liquid tuning, smart storage, and solid transport. Let's maybe get some of that going on here. That can't hurt. Well, I mean, I'd say it can't hurt, but, you know, I'd find a way. We'll find some way to hurt ourselves with it. Only logic. Go to a toxic biome to pick up materials to make a cure. IQ 200. That's right. It's not so bad, I guess, if you have an the exosuit or whatever, but then you don't need the cure so much either, I guess. Cure slime lung, you have to make medicine packs. Yeah, the tricky part is that they're going to constantly get slime lung. So I'm not sure how keen I am to... actually, there's more food poisoning going around right now than anything. It's our germ overlay. Why does everybody have food poisoning? Is it really just from going to the bathroom? If so, that's kind of weird. People need to wash their hands better. Isn't that the giant gingerbread man from Shrek? You're a monster! You're a monster! I can't remember what he says. Okay, we have water flowing through this now. So we can deconstruct our pipe bridge. Our overflow set up, so when this backs up, the overflow should drain the polluted water out here with Stinky Face. All right. And then we'll have this whole pipe full of excess water, but that's okay for now. Shine buggos everywhere. Yeah, we put a... they're multiplying quickly. We put a grooming station here inside of a stable, but left the doors open. Instead of putting a wall in here, I stacked double doors so they can fly out and do their thing. So yeah, they're doing a good job of producing some power. Well, not some power, but some light for us anyway. I don't actually have a food station right now, I don't think. I haven't set up a grill or anything for them to do any cooking. It's pretty much all just like raw mealwood they're eating, or meal lice they're eating down here. So they're just basically harvesting it, sticking it here, and then they come back and get the food when they want it later. And there's not, well, there's a little bit germy, but not too bad. It's okay though, because I mean the duplicants don't really get as sick as they used to get. They used to be deadly, but not so much anymore. Yeah, feel the slime lung. Be the slime lung, Danny. No, 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 no. Don't watch Slime Lung. Wash your hands. Wax on, wax off. Different movie. Okay. Oh, they're also very happy. Oddly enough. I mean, they're going to starve to death. They're at 0 calories, but they're happy about it. Maybe we should really put a food thing in here now. I hate making these because it kind of burns through resources, but we're gonna put a fancy mush maker. We are eventually gonna have a kitchen space, but for right now, we'll make do with the mush. Yeah, somewhere where the fox is at 0, or the food's at 0. Is the O2 and H2 from electrolyzer fixed temp output or dependent on the water temp input? It is fixed temp output. So it's always based on the machine. Like the gases that are coming out down here are, what are they? It's like 60 degrees coming out of the electrolyzer. 61, because the machines themselves produce some heat. So it's around 60, 61 degrees there right now. And then I'm piping that through the water in order to cool it and send it out into the colony. It is raising the temperature of the water a tiny bit. The water's at like 25 degrees now. So this isn't a permanent, like, long-term solution, but it works temporarily. Yes, I know the dupes will starve in a few days. Okay, mush bar. Make forever. Set that high priority. Do we have a cook? It's probably something worth checking. Who's our... Oh, yeah, we have a chef. Chef Robin Aaron. Hopefully he doesn't poison the food. Seems like something he'd do. Littlefinger does not have a job yet. What can we give Littlefinger? Actually, he likes cooking. Maybe we can give him the cooking thing. I don't think he has any particular skill in it. Taking creativity, kindness of 4. He's got more kindness than I thought he had. Athletics -2, learning -2. Athletics -2 sounds about right. I'm going to put him as a chef, just because it won't hurt to have another cook. They could trade off the job a little bit. Ice maker and temp shift plates, yep. That would work too. Tricky part is where to put the ice maker. So they actually have to manually supply the ice maker, which is really kind of a nuisance. Ooh, this doesn't need to be open anymore. We can close this. Put that on auto. Who was the kid Ari was traveling with that made her wolf-shaped bread? What was his name? Pork pie or something? Pudgy pie? I don't remember his name. Hot pie? Was it hot pie? I like the new skill system, but at the same time, I feel like the dupes gain skill points so slowly. Yeah, I mean, potentially. It's a little different than it was before. So it used to be you had to put them in the skill and then wait a period of time for them to be able to move on to the next skill. Now you can just let them build up skill points and then kind of spend them all at once, which is kind of handy. I don't mind that so much. What's this saying? Insufficient resource water. You've got water right there. Go supply it. Okay, I think we're ready to swap out another sink. Deconstruct this. Got plenty of water for it anyway. What shall it be this time? Molten salt fertilizer? Yeah, I don't know what the end of the colony is going to be. It might have to be hot magma. Be like dragon melting stuff. Gotta get an ice cream maker for one of those in one of these patches. That would be cool, actually. Make the ice, or even like if it was like a slushy machine or something. Make ice and then supply the ice to make the oops. Make the ice cream of the slushy. We have another duplicant already. Oh my gosh. Alright, Marie is gastrophobic. She has diver's lungs, but she's buff. That would be like the perfect... I think we already... Hold on. Check our names here again. Tom and Joffrey, Robin, Aaron. Oh, we already have a Brienne of Tarth. It'd be a perfect Brienne of Tarth. Oops. Okay, we have Travaldo, who has a small bladder and is also buff. And then a yokel buff Twinkle Toes. I feel like this should be a Clegane. We have Gregor Clegane. Let's bring in Sander Clegane. With his blue hair. We have Lady Brienne already. Yeah, Brienne of Tarth. You feel like hanging pots work well for decor. They're not bad. It depends on what you have in them and how well it's growing. If we look at the decor on them, I've already maxed out the decor in the center area of this space at 120, just with the plants. So, yeah, they're not bad. Those need medicine packs, so those are fine. Yokel plus buff plus Twinkle Toes equals Hoder. We already have Hoder, though, so we can't have another one. Your new dupe should be mushrooms. Oh, that reminds me, actually. I wanted to build a mushroom farm. I completely forgot that's what I was planning to do later. Okay, so we need access to slime in order to build a mushroom farm. If I let the polluted oxygen in, it's going to filter its way up above the carbon dioxide. So I can't necessarily do it that easily here. I'd like to expand out this way and take this bottom part right down here and turn it into a mushroom farm because we have lots of CO2. But I could similarly just build it over here. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll build our mushroom farm over here. And we'll set this... No, this door is on auto. Let's let them get access to it. We'll put a storage container under the water where we can store our slime to keep it from off-gassing. And then we'll turn this whole bottom area into mushroom paradise. They don't need water, they just need slime, so I should be fine this way. Okay, what's the temperature down here? 30 degrees. Can't remember what the temperature of the mushroom's like. I'm gonna need a door on here, so that's fine that way. Oh, I can't quite squeeze it in here. I guess if I do this bottom row a little bit differently, if I sink these into the ground, I think I can get 3 layers of mushrooms in here. If you're going for a mushroom farm, the farmer has to be Littlefinger since he's so slimy. Do you know how hard it is to listen to this with no visual context? Probably very. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones, I'm sure none of it makes really any sense for you. It makes this sort of an odd colony in general. There's a little pocket of chlorine there I don't really want to tap into. We're going to leave that. Okay, farm tiles. You need 2 high, so we'll go like so. What's in here? Oh, nice. Carbon dioxide in there. Yes, please. I'll stop pausing this. You don't mind the CO2. Gives us all your CO2. Turn it into shrooms. Size room can I do farms? Greenhouse, 96 tiles. So that's going to be probably too big, but we'll see. Actually, this is already an enclosed space. Like, if it wasn't for the amount of tiles, might actually work pretty well. Why not have a separate water supply area to put slime in so there's no chance to contaminate the water supply? Well, you can't contaminate the water supply with slime lungs, so it's not really a problem. Organic. Or do you mean like in terms of like them accidentally peeing in the water while they're going in and out of it? Because if that's the question, then yeah, that's not an invalid point. I'll give you that. I just don't know where I would put it. I mean, I could try to tuck it into here, but then I have to cut into these chlorine pockets, and I don't want those floating around down here by my shroom farm. Save that for slime. Now the question is going to be whether I even have access to much slime for them to put in here. And if they do have it, they're going to have to run like all the way through the colony with it. How do you deal with the swamp biome early on? Generally, I deal with it by avoiding it. For the most part, slime lungs, it's more of an issue for the airborne stuff than it is like the surface germs. So you try to clean that out, but generally try to stay clear of the swamp biome until you're ready to manage it. People don't get sick super fast anymore, but we need a Rickon and Tommen. We have a Tommen. We don't have Rickon yet. Mushroom Paradise. Is that like Gangster Paradise written by someone else? That's right, exactly. It's written by Toadstool, that character from Mario. Missed your old tutorials in this game. Helped me a lot when it was starting out. Well, I'm glad they helped Venetic. I'm planning to redo them once the 1.0 version of the game comes out. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to do it right now since the game's still kind of in flux. Wait a minute. Did I cut into... Oh, it is bleach stone. Ah, I got chlorine in here anyway. That is super inconvenient. Huh. Darn you, chlorine. Darn you. Well, I guess that's a thing. You should avoid digging any time with slime until you get access to ammo suits. Yeah, that works too. I mean, if you can delay that long, then obviously you can avoid illness by avoiding contamination in the first place. But otherwise, like, if you clean up the air, These, whoops, this thing's stifled because of the temperature out here. But Buddy Bud produces these spores that keep the slime lung away. So they can be helpful too, but if you have duplicants that have allergies, they'll react to those and they get all upset. Newbie, so learning about exosuits. Yeah, we don't have an exosuit dock set up in this colony yet, but they are helpful. One more row down than F. Food shortage. We're kind of treading water on the food right now, which is not the best situation. That's even with the production of coming out of the micro musher, which is just a huge waste of materials. Need to get that hatchling egg out of there too. Yeah, we have so many shine bugs. I can almost use them as a light source for farming. Not entirely, but almost. Okay. We don't have very many fungal spores, so I'm going to plant the bottom row out for now. Plant, copy those. We've got a bunch of chlorine floating around down there now. It's going to be a real problem. Hey, Jinx, how's it going? Deodorizers work really well in slime zones, too. They do, yeah. I mean, you need to get rid of the source of the slime, or the source of the polluted oxygen. So if you have little chunks of slime sitting on the ground that are venting polluted oxygen, you want to get rid of those. But yeah, generally if you can clean up the air, the germs will die off that are floating around in there. Valve mentorization, computing, whatever. Not really at the point where I'm using much of any of those higher tier things right now, so we'll just try to get them finished off. Colony lacks kindness skill 1. What? I thought we had somebody. We do. Medicine compounding. Oh, they've got kindness skill 0. Oh, that's strange. Come on, Toman. How do you decide the way you position stuff in your base? I kind of fly by the seat of my pants, but I've sort of gotten used to having a pattern of how I put things out, I suppose. I generally put my farm in the center area initially because this is where the temperatures are best. You can see it's starting to warm up now, but it's where you can get the best temperature without having to manage it all that much. So I try to grow my farms in the middle there. And then once I put the farm there, then it's just a matter of, okay, well, I'm going to put rooms around the sides. Stuff that I don't care about whether it has oxygen or not goes down below. How do you manage your water shortage? You really need to find another source of water. So you can get water from outside sources. So if you find like a swamp biome that has pools of water in it like this, you can clean that out using the sieve. If you can find a geyser that produces water. Oh yeah, that was a volcano. I forgot about that one. Oh, we had another one over here I didn't uncover, I don't think. Oh, we got so close and then didn't quite uncover it. Leaky oil fissure. And I guess we did uncover it. So we have access to oil over here. That's handy. Who's suffocating? And why? My oxygen distribution is not the best in this colony. Relative to what I normally have, anyway. I kind of need to put a scrubber down here eventually, I think. Maybe I'll put one in the bottom right here, because I actually don't care if it collects in the bottom left too much, as long as the pressure doesn't get too high. So, where are we here? Oxygen. Let's put a carbon skimmer. Actually, it'll fit right there. As long as it doesn't get too hot. Alright, we'll put it right there. Theoretically, I could clean the water through this water sieve, too. So I could do, like, double duty on this water sieve. That would be alright. So let's use some insulated piping. I need clean water coming out of this sieve. These pipes that are here are going to be really inconvenient. Let's deconstruct this one. Let's mop up the mess it makes. Okay, clean that up. Okay. So this output I can connect to here. Well, that was perfectly appropriate. The very first character to die was Robert Baratheon. If you follow the Game of Thrones at all, he was the very first character to die in the series. And of suffocation of all things. Just standing over here. Oh, look what happened. How did they even get onto there if that was going to be the case? I'm not even sure how he got to that spot. He must have like climbed up and then built underneath him. So we had him trapped. Suffocation. All right, so Robert Baratheon was the first character to go. Again, somehow super appropriate. Good job, Robert. Let's put chlorine down here too. I need to get that stuff out of there. Is it organic? It's not organic. Miscellaneous. No, that's a bizolite. Balm of the reed flower. Where the heck is the what is this stuff? Bleach stone. Consumable ore. That's what it's got to be. Yeah, bleach stone. Okay, good. We'll put the bleach stone down there to get that out of the way. No boars in sight. No boars in sight this time. So it wasn't a hatch that got him. It was the oxygen situation. Okay, so we need a place to actually build a crypt. I guess I could build a crypt down here. That would be appropriate. Kind of like down out of the way. Underneath the whole works of everything. It's a little stinky down here, though, so we're going to have to try and build this a little bit creatively. Okay, this tile is slime. It's going to have slime lung in it, but that's okay. We'll haul it away. So I'm going to put... anything I build here is going to be a problem, I think. Hold on. I need to hollow the whole space out, ultimately. But I want to build the tiles on this wall in a way where we kind of push the polluted oxygen off to the side so it's not coming through into our base. Jazz with the super chat. MST3K, is that supposed to be a mistake? Called Game of Thrones, game of chopping off heads. Kind of. I mean, not everyone lost their head, but it happened a few times. Build me my stairs. That's, man, we went so long without a dead duplicant, too. Feel cheated somehow now. Okay, let's do input down this way. Output can go up to here. This will need power. Gonna be really tapping the power system soon. Circuit overload. Do we have some of that going on? I need to split my grid soon, but this is a switch that's turned off. This grid has max 2200, but we're pulling very little wattage off it actually right now. Scott with the super chat. Dupe life insurance investigation has denied Robert's claim due to misuse of a ladder, climbing without one, that is. But poor Robert Baratheon. Be back once the movie's done. Good luck. All right. See you, Durgan. That's no moon. That's Meep. Poor Robert. Okay, this is how I'm going to try to build this here. I need a ladder. So they can build things on corners, which means we should be able to build, deconstruct, and kind of assemble a wall that will push the polluted oxygen out of the way without letting any into our base. In theory. Who's Meep's character? I don't think we specifically picked Meep for any one given character, but we have probably a couple Meeps in the colony. I mean, with 22 duplicants now coming on 23, it's almost guaranteed there's a Meep in there somewhere. All right, so we have an anemic pacifist in Rowan, unconstructive grease monkey Turner, trypophobia night owl, and Ellie. Watching Ready Player One, and we're at the part with the shine. Oh yes, Ready Player One. Okay, who should we bring on now? So, somebody said Rickon, right? We could bring in a Rickon, maybe. Unconstructive grease monkey. 5 kindness. I feel like the medical thing. Who's another Grand Meister? Hey, Fox, do you usually work with coal generator for energy supply, or do you prefer the to rush the hydrogen one? I usually use the coal one, to be honest. I don't normally use the hydrogen power production to try to power my base, because it's too inconsistent. We do not have the Night King yet. Let's see. Who was the Meister from the up at the wall? Meister Lewin Tree taught them at the Stark's Keep. I found a wiki, but it doesn't have them named. It's just got like all kinds of information about the Meisters. I don't really care about that. just give me names. I want names, man. Let's see. Grandmaster Pycelle. Samuel Tarley becomes one, but I don't care about that. I think we have a Pycelle already, so we don't necessarily need 2 of them. Orwell, Gerardus, Munkin, Malian, Burgermeister, Burgermeister, Meisterburger. I can't for the life of me remember who was the Meister that was up at the wall. It was part of the Black Watch or whatever. The one on the wall was Targaryen. Was it Meister Targaryen? Google is failing me right now. Eamon was a Meister. Oh, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna take somebody with a good kindness. This will be Meister Eamon. Print. There we go. How to make hydrogen power generation more efficient? It consumes a lot of energy to keep it running. It really does. I mean, I don't use it to produce power. I use it to produce hydrogen. Well, sorry, I produce hydrogen only to produce power to produce oxygen. So I always just run it in its own little loop. I typically don't try to run hydrogen generators as a power source for my colony. I mean, technically, you probably could get to that point if you could produce enough hydrogen output. I just don't feel like it's worth it. It's just easier to build the coal power plants, and then move on to other sources later. Still waiting on wire production here. One little segment of wire. Oh, and actually, I need a pressure sensor, or no, gas element sensor. I'm gonna set that here, and then we'll run an automation wire down and say that if we detect CO2 here, then I want this to run. But if it gets to the point where it can't detect any CO2 here, I want it to turn off. So we'll just let this bottom area stay swamped in CO2. We need a Jorah Mormont. Yeah, we don't have one of those either. Someone else that knows the Burgermeister? How could you not know the Burgermeister? Burgermeister, Meisterburger. Research complete. 9,000 kilocalories. We have some mushrooms growing down here, so that's good. I should actually look over here and see if there's any more we can dig up. There are. Let's get some more shrooms we can grow. Gotta grow some shrooms, man. None down there, though. Saw my dude. Got my new transmission today. Drove the cart. It had some power to spare. Nice. Good deal. Good luck on the next race. Is it Jorah Mormont? What's Jor? Wait, was Jor the... Was that the girl? Dig it all out. We gotta build a crypt down here. The Animaniacs movie. Wait, they had a movie? Go away, Clown Man. You frighten me. Shrooms and Buddy Bud, what kind of channel are you running? We're not growing any of it. We're just, well, no, that's not true. We are growing the shrooms. It's a happy channel. It's the kind of channel that makes families, often unintentionally. How many people we have? 23 duplicants, 15 beds, plus another 7. We have too many duplicants for the number of beds we have. We need to build more living space. More living space. We are going to hit a critical mass where I can't keep up anymore. And duplicates are going to start dying. You know, aside from Robert Baratheon, who's already said his goodbyes. Furniture. Need some more cots here, I guess. Am I going to fit in here? Perfect. Oh, we have canvases now, too. I totally forgot about those. Yeah. Okay. Apparently we don't have much reed fiber right now. We definitely need to get some more of that. Do you normally turn off disinfect on your slime storage containers? Typically, yeah. Did I forget to do that? There we go. It does waste duplicate time if they have to run down and do it. Now, in this colony, as I do most of my colonies, I often don't worry about little inefficiencies because there's just so many of them. And when you're running around with 23 duplicants, sometimes they're lacking for work and they're just idle, so I don't necessarily mind it so much, but there'll be a critical mass of molten copper. Might have to be molten steel this time. Like it'll be like the throne that got melted down. Jor used to be Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. He gave John his sword. Oh, is that who that was? Okay. Your colony finally built rockets. Found out that both isoresin and fullerene were at the asteroid 10,000 kilometers away. Nice. It's gonna be a long time before we have rockets in this colony, particularly the rate we're going. No, that's gotta be powered. I totally forgot about that. Stick a little power in this thing. I really need to set up my power production too, because I haven't done that yet, and we're gonna pay the price very soon if I don't. It's kind of all out of power already. I think I'm gonna build my power production outside here. We have a little pocket of breathable oxygen. Maybe I'll try to preserve that. Put a secondary door in here. Actually, no. I don't want to do that. Cancel this. We're just going to build an airlock on the other side of the door here. Like so. And then I'll get rid of the door. So we'll build our power production out here. We'll run the power lines. I don't know where I'm going to run the power lines. Probably vertically this time. And we'll do like layers for the electricity in here. Which means I might as well just build this ladder like all the way down here. That's not going to work. Cancel that. I go most of the way down. I love the little duplicant sounds. No research. No research. It's okay. I mean, we've got most of the research done now anyway. We'll just start knocking off the rest of it. Just check all the boxes off, and then we can destroy our research stations and recover that space. Out here, let's plan to do... What the? How did they... Oh, they dug it from underneath. Oh, that's funny. I kind of want to keep these things intact because there's the bomb lily that's in here. Maybe I'll do my power production up here so I can keep the bomb lily intact. Let's plan to do a floor like right across here. We'll dig out all this phosphorite that we can use for stuff, including medicine. We We have access to lots of coal over here, lots of iron over here, so this will probably be a good place to build it, I guess. Are volcanoes useful? Is there something I can do with the lava it produces? Yeah, they can be useful. It just depends. Like, early game, not so much. Later game, you can use heat to sort of, like, flash boil water into steam. And then you can use that steam for things. So, yeah, it does have utility. Just not very useful early game is all. I'm gonna try and preserve this little pocket of chlorine we have in here. Keep the bomb lilies intact. We will need a ladder in here though for them to collect the bomb lilies. We'll set all these on harvest. Yeah, harvest all this stuff. You ever try to make a slickster pen to convert CO2 to oil? Yep. It's not exactly highly efficient, but it is one way to get it. Oh, it's hot up there apparently. It's a little spicy up here. 44 degrees. Man, that's a little too warm. Our poor duplicants. This needs to go away. Deconstruct that so they can keep some oxygen going. Insufficient resource iron. Did I really run out of iron? Oh, it's got to be the refined stuff. So hold on. Let's refine a little bit more iron. There we go. Nice pocket of algae there, too. Yeah, I'm not using the algae too much at the moment, but it is there. It might come in handy. This oxygen production system I have down here is not going to be enough as our duplicants continue to grow in the colony. Things are going to get spicy. Oh, I'm out of regular iron ore. All right. But why? We have iron ore sitting right here on the ground. Oh, it's not reachable right now. That's why. So let's set this for priority 7. We'll get this tackled so we can get access to that iron again. Might as well dig out some more of it too while we're at it. Ooh, glossy Drucklet egg. Make some plastic. If I had a place to put him. Do you guys not have phones? Just a cell phone. Did you miss anything? Not too much. Unless you missed the death when Robert Baratheon died, which we still haven't buried, actually. I'm very easily distracted, you may have noticed. So, deconstruct this tile and this tile. Let's dig this out now. We're going to build our crypt down here. I think we'll do like a multi-layer crypt. Because there we go. What'd you die from? Suffocated. Oh, Arya, no! You're not supposed to be dead. Of course, you went through the floor to build the floor above yourself. Why wouldn't you do that? I mean, that's what every sane person would do. You would definitely go underneath the floor you're building to build it above yourself so you can't get out. Because why would you want to do otherwise? Absolutely. Yep, stuck dupe. She's already a little dead. Now, great. Now there's an opening. Well, that was a little out of order. But Arya's number 2. Who made a mess? 2 people made a mess. Uh-oh, they're peeing everywhere. Uh-oh, they're peeing everywhere. I'm gonna go through this door for a bit until we get that cleaned up. Clean up on aisle 6. You know what? I think I haven't changed people's schedules around. Oh yeah, we got a lot of people on schedule 1. Let's put some more people on schedule 2. So we have who should we put down there? We could put Hoder down there, I guess. Wait a minute. That's schedule 3. Yeah. So we'll put Hoder on schedule 3. We'll get Meister Aemon on schedule 3. We got all our Lannisters and stuff down bottom there. We could put Littlefinger down there with the Lannisters. Brain of Tarth, Robert Brown. Okay, that'll separate everybody up a little bit. I wonder if they actually got sick. Well, actually, there's not many of them that are sick. We got a little bit of slime lung around, but I don't know if it's that or just a case of the bathrooms weren't available at the time. Maybe somebody hadn't cleaned up the bathroom when they were supposed to. Now we got this mess. That's right. Yeah. How about that? Like as soon as I said it, another duplicant died. Like right away. All right. We have unconstructive night owl, trypophobia, who's buff, or slow learner with mole hands. Clean up on aisle O through Q. It's just a mess all around. Throwing them toilets. Let's see. Who should we bring in next? As a quick refresher, these are the duplicates that we have in the colony. Robert Baratheon died. Arya Stark died already. We have both of the Cleganes. We have Sandor and Gregor Clegane, Eddard Stark, Cersei Lannister, Maester Aemon, Jon Snow, Jaime Lannister, Hodor, Bran Stark, Samwell Tarly, Daenerys Targaryen, Grandmaster Pycelle, Gendry, Tyrion Lannister, Tywin Lannister. There's Gregor, Sansa Stark, Tommen, Joffrey, Robin Arryn, Brienne of Tarth, Varys, and Littlefinger. Who do we need? BDS Empire with Super Chat. What do we say to the god of dirt? Oh, hey, I was just going to build a tile over my head. Hold my shovel. Poor Arya. She's supposed to be so smart. Oh, yeah, we don't have a Podrick yet. I guess we could bring in a Podrick. Bring on the Podricks. Trypophobia with buff. So he won't dig, but he's buff. So